Hey guys, okay, so this is like a bit of a quickish sort of video. What we're going to do quickly is have a little look at some Gemfan. These are 6045s and the dowel prop 6040s. They're both 6-inch props and they're both straight out of the packets, not straight out of unopened packets. And what we're looking for is what they're like, balanced, straight out the pack, because a lot of us, when we buy our props, we just get the props and we stick them on the craft and off we go, not really thinking twice about the balancing and just hoping that they're going to be pretty good. Now, I already know through experience that the dowel props are good. The dowel props are what I would say is you can use these straight out the bag, and I would suggest them to anybody that hasn't tried them to try these. Now, when I first bought these, I bought these props with this particular shape in the picture, and I got this shape, which, yeah, you might say there's not a lot of difference, but the difference is it's there, and if that were cut off a bit straighter across there, that would be a ball nose, and that's going to make a massive difference to these. Now, I'm not going to give you all the differences because I can't. I don't know enough about the bull nose, but I do know that it will use more, it will generate more thrust, and it will use more current through from your battery through your ESCs into your motors. Depending on your ESCs and depending on your motors and depending on your battery even, that can cause you problems. So I wouldn't suggest bull nose props. But here we are. So these are the dowels and these are the gems. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole lot. What we're going to do is we're just going to randomly pick a prop. Okay, so I'm just going to drop these and I'm going to pick that one. Put that there, I'm just going to drop these and I'm going to pick that one. And we're going to just compare these straight out and see what they look like. Now we can compare them on two. This is the first balancer I bought, and then because these ones in the UK, you know, to buy them here in the UK, like, the people are trying to charge like £45. I was lucky, subscriber Jorg, thank you very much, suggested a Australian seller, and I managed to get mine sent to me for £18. Very, very happy with that. So back to the props. So okay, I can feel a little bit of a rough edge there, but they feel nice. They're quite rigid. I like that. I do like that in a prop. I've got other props that are very flexible and they were horrible to try and fly with. These are slightly more. Now these are the Gemfans, I'm sure. Yep, and these are the dowel props, and these are slightly more rigid. Not by much than these. But first of all, let's put this on. Oh, sorry about that, the camera. Let's put this one on first. Now, I'm not looking for perfection. Okay? I'm not looking for perfection. These props cost £2, £1.99. It works out to be £3.50 for a set of 4, but the postage is £1.49, sorry. But if you buy half a dozen, or I bought 4 sets at a time, that postage is dwindled down for the whole 4 sets. I think it cost me £2.25 for the 4 sets to be sent to me. So you can see how you can make a saving if you buy them. That's pretty good. It's not favouring one side or another. Look, if I push that down, that pretty much stays down. If I do the same with this one, just tap it down, or even just part way. Not really favouring, it's just stopping where it's stopping, it's not rolling to anywhere. I'm just going to make sure that that's not. But like I say, these I've always found straight out the packet are pretty damn good, and as you can see, look, they're pretty damn good. So let's just pull this off. Now I've got a little bit of a flight but I've got the flight footage with these, and today's been a very windy day and there's been a lot of people around. It's the soccer starting over on the fields where I fly, and so there's been a lot of traffic of people. I've done my best to stay out of the way of people, and I don't really get any any interference or any problems with people. Quite a few times I have people come up to me and just have a bit of a chat, which is nice, and I don't mind chatting. Today I had that, people come up chatting. So okay, so let's just put that halfway and just see what happens. Yeah, and if you do it halfway there, see what happens. Okay. So even from that point, if I put this up here, you'd expect it really to stay with that bottom one down there. So there is a little bit of an imbalance there. But I expect that from these, because I know that these are actually like that. And I took out a set today, earlier on, and a black set, and I'd already balanced them myself. So I got a little bit of footage from that, I'll show you. And I just wanted to show you basically, I'm going to move this out of the way now. I just wanted to show you basically that straight out of the packets, you can use these props, and these are pretty much bang on. Now look, we're going to use this little cheap, this cost £2.50. I think it was slightly less than £2.50, because I saw them for like £2.79, £2.80, and I kept hunting until I found one really cheaper. So put that in. Now this uses magnets just to sort of hold it in place. And again, you can see, even with this, it's not really favouring one side or another. I can just tap that and it just falls into its stop spot. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's into it's pretty balanced. And if we just turn that over like that, that's it. You sort of tap the bottom, and it's just with the force given from me tapping it that it's just rested in the place it's rested. So these are pretty good. These are probably the best ones so far that I've come across, that you can just buy them in the packet, put them on, and you know that you're pretty balanced up already. And that's the dowel props. A lot of people are selling these as indestructible, unbreakables, but that's ridiculous. You can break them, they're not indestructible at all. Oh. So I just tap that again. Yeah, it's not far off at all, really, is it? It's not far off at all. But I did find that I had to do a little bit of balancing. See, with the prop all the way down that end, it's not quite unbalanced enough for it to drop down. But if I just move that down slightly and try and do that halfway, see where it sort of settles itself. So there's just a little bit on there. Now personally for me, what I do is I sort of sand it down. I sand it down. These are the ones that I took out today, and I did sort of clip a tree. And it's got a bit of mud on there. Yeah, they're still in pretty good condition. They survived the tree clip. I know there was a little bit of a rough area on one of them. I think it's just there, but that's nothing I'm going to be too worried about. That's on they're the dowels, and these are the Gemfans that I took out today, and I balanced these up. So as you can see, there's dulled out on these, and that was on all the sides. I just used a bit of sandpaper. Where is it? And this is just a grit one sandpaper. Don't know. It's the finest stuff. It was in a packet of multi grits, multi coarseness, and it was the finest stuff that I had. And it is pretty fine. It's like the emery board. So it's the sort of thing that you get. And then I'll show you what I did with this on mine. If I just bring this one back. grab that spring, and I'll just use just one random. Just pop this together. Nice and simple to set up this debray. And I'm really glad that I bought it actually. First of all, I thought to myself, well, maybe I'm just being a bit extravagant, you know, who really cares? But I've also found that they do the shafts, so you can test the self-tightening props, you know, the ones that you don't put the nuts on. So there we go, look, you can see that it's all stopped. So I'm just going to make sure that there's no way that I was getting any. It's not perfect. I'm sure that, you know, these can be done better. Like there, look, I just tapped it downwards and that's still going down. If I just but it's good enough. It's certainly good enough for me. And yeah, so I've got a little bit of flight footage out with this today. Yeah, maybe a couple of people are going to say, well, there was people around. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. To be honest with you, I stay out of people's way. I give them at least 50 feet out of the way. So I'm complying with, you know, reasonable usage and everything else. And sometimes, you know, people come up and have a chat with me. There's nothing I can do about that either. And I do bring the craft in, which means I'm within that 50 feet thing. Again, you know, what am I supposed to do? But I've never had any issues, and because I fly in council property, yeah, right next to the council building, and the people that come in and out of there work for the council. Some of them are higher up than others. I'm sure in the 18 months that I've been flying at that particular place, if there was any issues whatsoever, somebody would have approached me and said, hey, there's issues with what you're doing. But nobody ever has. So I'm not going to fret too much about how I fly, the way I fly. I'm improving with my flight, and I'm improving with noticing people and staying out of the way of people. If there were ever going to be any complaints, it would have probably been at the start when I was first learning and didn't have as much control over the craft as what I have today. So yeah, that's that was the main thing I wanted to point out. If you buy yourself a set of these DAL 6040s, I would say to you that as long as they're not damaged in the post, you'd be very, very happy with these. Better than all the other props that I've tried. Don't get me wrong, those tri-blades, they're pretty good, but you're going to get a longer flight time out of these compared to the tri-blades. And straight out of the packet, these are a lot better balanced than what the Gemfans are. The Gemfans aren't far off it at all, as you can see, but you will have to do a little tiny bit of work to the Gemfans to get them, you know, better. I'm not going to say I've got them perfect, because that would put me up for too many stones being thrown at me, but I've got them better than what they were, and they are certainly flyable. I enjoyed flying with the Gemfans today, and I bought 3 sets of these. I bought a green set, a black set, and a red set, or orange I should say, for £6.75, and that was including the postage, and that was from Punch Out RC on eBay. These, I'm sorry I don't know about American guys. I'll tell you what, in America you're better off, because you can go straight to DAL and you can get these from DAL props in America. But in this country, Fast Lad, is it called Fast Lad? Fast Lad RC or Fast Lad? I'll put links in the description anyway. They'll sell you these props, these DALs, and I really do like them. I like them. I like these ones just as much. I've not tried the ball nose on the Hubsan, because I don't think that the season that will be rated well enough. I don't know that for sure, because you have to do the math to figure that out, and I've not done that. But I do know that you end up using a lot more current, which will use your battery power too. The more cut off the ends that they are, and the least amount of cut off, you're going to be saving yourself some of that. So I'm going to leave you now with a little bit of footage, and wish you all happy flying. These are great.